Did you get the link?
Hello.
Who's there?
It's me working with Olivia right now.
Can you share your screen?
You want to video me or do you want me to see screen share?
There's a way you can do both.
Yeah, I can. Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
We need to shut these doors here, honey.
I'm gonna just go up to my room.
Mom and you're in there. You want to go in our room?
Oh, yeah. I'll just go in. It's so dark in here.
I know.
Okay.
I've got a lot of backlight. Do you want me to be somewhere else?
It's okay. Okay. So, now we're gonna start. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen actually really quick.
Do you want me to? Do you need to see me?
No. Yeah, right now, yeah. Okay, now we're action. This is go time. Okay. So hi there, Jean. My name is Olivia, and I'm from a team of human-centered design and engineering students from the University of Washington looking to evaluate the usability of All Recipes, which is an online platform focused on searching and sharing recipes.
Okay.
If you are interested and willing in participating in this study, I'm going to share a questionnaire really quickly with you below that I would like you to fill out.
Okay.
Just for your knowledge, the study is for educational purposes only and is no way affiliated with All Recipes or Meredith Corporation.
Okay.
And part of our qualifications are that our participants must be over the age of 18 and have a moderate amount of cooking experience. With your consent, the sessions will be video recorded, and responses from you or any participants will remain anonymous, and sessions will be no longer than 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to send you, if that sounds okay to you, I'm going to send you this questionnaire really quick. I'm going to send you a link.
Sounds great.
And do you see that?
I do.
If you could take a moment to fill that out, that'd be great.
Okay. I'm just signing into Google real quick.
Okay.
So,
Is it working for you?
yes, it is. I'm just going through the questions. They're interesting. It's fun because I do use a lot of these resources.
That's awesome.
Very, very applicable to me.
You're a good participant.
Thank you. If yes, have you ever used allrecipes.com? I must, oh my God. Okay.
All good to go?
What's your preferred contact email address? I'm just putting in my address.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, thank you for taking that survey. Typically, we would review those criteria to make sure you fit the qualifications for our survey, but I am already familiar that you fit the criteria, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
So now I'm going to just jump into another little introduction here. Just want to say thank you again for agreeing to participate in our study. We're assessing the usability of allrecipes.com
Okay.
online platform for sharing and viewing recipes. We are focusing on the site's features that focus on community and personalization, and more specifically, how we can better tailor the website to fit your recipe needs.
Okay.
I just want to make it really clear that we are assessing the website's functionality and usability and not testing your ability to use this website. If you feel at any point that you're struggling to complete a task, please, we just encourage you to explain your process. And there's nothing that you can do wrong here.
Okay.
If you have any questions or need a break at any time, feel free to let us know. And throughout the study, I ask that you think aloud what decisions you are making and what your thoughts are as you attempt to complete the tasks.
Happy to.
Okay. And then with your permission, we'll be recording your screen, your voice, and taking notes about your interaction with the site to help with our data analysis. After we complete this test, this information will be anonymized and will not be shared outside our research group. Do you consent to this?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. So now we can get started. And so I'll give you a quick overview of the study structure. First, I'm going to ask you some preliminary questions about the All Recipes site. And then I'm going to introduce a few specific tasks and ask that you complete those tasks to achieve a goal that I will give you.
Okay.
And then again, just want to reiterate that I ask you to speak loud when you're attempting to do these tasks
Sure.
to understand your thought process. After each task, I'll ask you a couple of questions and get your feedback. And then finally, we're going to ask just a few summarizing post-test questions and a short questionnaire to get your overall perception of your experience.
Okay.
Sound good to you? Cool.
Yes.
Any questions before we begin?
No.
Okay, great. So I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
And I would appreciate if you could begin sharing your screen.
Okay. I think I have to get out of this usability. Yeah. Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure you're still. Okay.
Great. And then I have sent you a link in the chat. Do you see that? In the Zoom chat?
I'm going to get it in just a minute.
Okay.
I don't know why I can't see the Zoom chat right now. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Oops, the dog's working on the screen. I'm not seeing the Zoom chat list.
You might need to stop sharing your screen and open the link first.
Oh, there it is. I've got still the form. Is it a new form?
It should just be a link that is in the chat.
There's a link that's in the chat that says forums.gle. That's the only one that's in there.
There's one right below it that says allrecipes.com.
I got it. You want me to just grab that?
Just click on that. It should take you straight there.
It's not a hyperlink.
Okay. Let me try to send it to you one more time.
I can just go there if you'd like.
Try that one.
Yeah, this one. Excuse me.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And then
Do you have my video on?
what?
Would you like to have my video on or off?
That would be great, just exactly how you have it.
Okay.
And all good. Okay, and then just to get you set up, I'm going to have you log into a sample account that we've made just for the purposes of these tasks.
Okay.
So, if you could please click on create a profile.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
And then click on the sign in underneath sign up with email where it says already a member.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
that's not quite it. If you go back,
I will. I realized what you said after I clicked. Thing with good old Zoom is it makes things slow.
yeah.
Okay, signing in. And yes, now what do you want me to write?
And in the email
Mm-hmm.
section, please type Olivia OP
Uh-huh.
at uw.edu.
Uh-huh.
And the password
Uh-huh.
is going to be capital UW,
Uh-huh.
capital T.
Is this W capitalized T also?
Yeah, capital U, capital W, capital T,
Mm-hmm.
EST, lowercase,
Mm-hmm.
and then star. And then just go ahead and sign in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm in.
Great, thank you. So just to begin, please, if you will, take a moment to just review the homepage. Feel free to scroll up and down, but please don't click on anything yet. And I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to just to explore. I'm trying to gauge your initial impression. What stands out to you the most?
Okay, well, the images aren't loading right now. I think that's one because it's on Zoom, and two because, oh, there now the images. Ooh, I like what I like is the colorful pictures and the variety. You want me to tell you or not?
Yep, that's perfect. Just whatever your initial thoughts are.
Writers, it makes me really curious to want to click on a few. Everything from, vegetables to meat to, it's lots of different categories. This pine cone cheese ball. I would never make that, but it's really pretty.
Mm.
Great photography and a great way to catch my interest, that's for sure. I definitely see the ads. The seared scallops with jalapeno and vinaigrette was fabulous.
Mm.
And I like the star rating. I always like the star ratings, what other people think. That's very influential to me.
What about the star ratings do you like?
When I see a 4 or a 5.5, I do, and if it's something that I'm interested in, like a recipe, um, and I see 5 stars, let's say this home cured holiday ham, and I see 5 stars, like 11 people. That's like, wow, 11 people have gone out to make it. 11 people have gone out to go and reply. And
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I value that they could write about it and they're honest with me. So
Hey,
they
um,
felt,
really quickly, I think I just lost you on the audio there a little bit.
oh,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Do you mind repeating just the last few sentences that you said?
Not at all. Not at all. Um, I, I think just to talk about technologically, if I turn off the audio might be more, especially when we're sharing, the audio
Okay,
might be, would that be, or do you need to
sure.
see?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so let me do that really quickly. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
so just
so, oops, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I instantly clicked on something, so just So
Okay, yeah.
you
Okay.
asked me what I like about the stars. I like the stars a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
look at the stars as an indicator, especially if there's something that I want to make, like the ham, if it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see that it has 5 stars and 11 people have taken the time to write about it and it has 5 stars. So anything that has like 4 stars or above and I'm interested in making it makes me click through or go through that recipe. So then I read the recipe and I look at it to understand it. And then I definitely read the reviews because
Mm-hmm.
that's someone's experience saying, I use more of this, I use less of that, or this recipe, use it to exactly how it's as it. So it's their experience, and that's very, very valuable to me.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what stands out to you the most on this page?
Great photos and the variety. And the hearts make me curious. Like,
Okay.
oh, I could go heart a lot. Like what I want to touch one of them makes me want to touch it
Okay.
because I don't know what happens when it does. Like, can it go into a lot of them or do I have to do act on it? So like, what's the heart all about? That makes me very curious there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very curious also that all these have videos. I think that's fascinating. So um, I can tell you for sure what I like about this site, distinct from when I just search online to a recipe site,
Mm-hmm.
that I get the recipe right now and I can see that I have a video portion if I want to watch someone make something. I see that I'm a rating right away. I love that. And I don't have, sometimes when I look at them on my phone, recipes on my phone, um, there's so much junk they put into to see ads in there
Yeah.
that it's like, where in the heck is the recipe? That bugs me. I know that it needs to be monetized, but it's like scroll, 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 and it's not value add to me. I don't mind the ads the way they have them here, like kind of laced throughout, because I get that they have to make money on the site. That doesn't bother me. And the majority, and it's such a small percentage that the majority of the site is really got value to me. I'm actually really excited about this.
Great. So just overall, from scrolling from top to bottom, briefly, what do you think that you can accomplish from on this page?
Uh, what I can accomplish, that's a great way to ask the question. What I can accomplish is satisfying my curiosity about what I might want to make. I can accomplish um, a complete solution, meaning I can see something I might want to make. I can see if I could be challenged enough or know that I feel confident enough that I can make it. It's not too high bar for me.
How would you
I,
make that decision?
I would make it by looking at the ingredients and reading the reviews and watching the video.
Mm-hmm.
But first I'd read if I could read the instructions and it makes sense to me, then it's probably a good chance I'll do it. And the reviews are high.
Awesome. And then anything else you think you can do from this page?
Oh my gosh, I'm so curious. I really want to stay here. I mean, this is like the Pinterest of recipes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very awesome. I'm really, truly, I mean that. I've never gone on their site. I usually just get a recipe based on a search. Like I'll put in a Google search or ask Siri, give me a recipe for squash. And then I get a variety of recipes and I just randomly click on one. But I've never actually gone through my computer to allrecipes.com. And I will, to be honest.
Awesome.
Great photography.
Awesome.
Mhm. I lost your audio.
So
Oh, there you are. Are you talking right now, Lily? Because I can't hear you. Hello? Did
if
you
you
talk?
to accomplish this task.
I lost a bunch of your audio there, Olivia. I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
All I heard was so.
It says our connection is unstable.
Oh, that's too bad.
Can you hear me now?
I certainly can. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to read you a few task scenarios and ask you, or a few scenarios and ask you to attempt some tasks.
Okay.
Please just speak aloud your thoughts as much as you possibly can here. If you run into anything that's confusing or that's easy or simple or that you like, there's no wrong answers here. Just uh,
Okay.
as you're trying to accomplish this task. I'll read you the task, but again, before you click on anything, I would love if you could just talk me through how you think you would try to accomplish this task,
Okay.
and then what you would expect to happen, and then go ahead and proceed with that after you've talked me through it.
No
Does that make
problem.
sense?
Yes, completely.
Okay. So the first task, I'm going to read you the scenario. If you don't mind just scrolling to the top of the homepage for
Okay.
me, so you're
Yes.
all set. I don't know. Oh, yeah, perfect. Loggy. So, you have a preference for heart healthy recipes and Italian food, and you
Okay.
want to discover more recipes online in these categories.
Mhm.
Personalize the All Recipes homepage to see more featured recipes that fit your preferences of heart healthy and Italian.
Okay. Well, what I would do first is I love search engines. So the first, and I love that they make their search engine really easy, their browser up there.
Mhm.
So I would go to the main where it says find a recipe, and I would type in their heart healthy, comma Italian, and then I'd hit search.
Awesome. Okay, so there's actually that's great to know that that would be your first um your first go-to would be. Is there any other way, just exploring and looking at this page, that you see where you could?
Oh, yeah, I see down towards the bottom. So where I first went to was up at the top at the search engine, but now I see personalize your homepage. So I kind of think I would have liked it if that was up higher, to be honest.
Yep.
And now I'm getting the association with the heart. So wow, there's lots of choices. So gluten free, low calorie, quick and easy, heart healthy. I would click on that. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, yep. So go ahead and just proceed now. You can explore the page and click on things.
So I would click on that and it says following, refresh to get new recipes. And then I would, Italian, how would I get Italian? And then Thanksgiving recipes. It's not really scrolling right or left on the top anymore or on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it froze, but I'd probably put in Italian at the top then in the browser.
Yeah, yeah. So go ahead and click that refresh to get new recipes button.
Okay, click refresh to get the new recipe. Oh, refresh to get new recipes. Oh, that's awesome. That was hidden to me, to be honest.
That was what did you say?
It was not that was not obvious to me. It's
Yeah,
the next step I should have done. I appreciate you telling me that.
yeah. No, it's good
That
to know.
was that wasn't obvious at all to me.
Uh, that's good to know. Okay, so then now that you're on this new refresh page and you were still trying to look to add Italian to those categories, how would you proceed?
So to be honest, I don't know if I'm on the right page, so that kind of bugs me a little bit. Because
Hmm.
what I see, I went for heart healthy, and I have Tuscan rib steak, I have cookies, and I have French Canadian meat pie. And to me, those don't seem heart healthy. So
Hmm.
I'm a little distrustful right now,
Yep,
and that bugs me. To
that's
be
great to know. That's
yeah,
great to know.
yeah. And so it's not really showing up now. I don't know if that's because you and I are connected and it didn't show up, but I don't see heart healthy as an option anymore. So it kind of makes me want to hit refresh again. Um, yeah, now I'm getting annoyed to be honest because it says personalize your homepage, bread, breakfast, brunch, quick and easy, low cal, gluten free, etc. And I don't know if it's again because we're connected, but it's kind of moving around too much. Um, and I can't really scroll using that bar thing at the top. I go to diabetic, so I don't even see heart healthy anymore. I don't know if I now have heart healthy recipes, and intuitively, it doesn't feel that I have. So that felt like a waste to me, to be honest.
That's great feedback. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just going to give you a little bit of guidance here to see what you think about the next stage. So back up at that bar,
Mm-hmm.
and you go ahead and where it says next to personalize your home page.
Yeah.
If you were to try to go and view your settings, edit your settings, how would you, for your home page that you personalized, is there an indicator there?
So personalize your homepage, edit taste, I guess. But what was the question that you asked me, Olivia?
We're still, you totally found heart healthy recipes and just still looking for that way to add Italian recipes. Um,
Right. I guess part of me wants to go up to the top right. I always think that's where the settings button should be.
yeah.
So
Go ahead and click on edit taste and let me know what you think from there. Just just to keep us on track a little
clicking
bit.
on edit taste, I have taste preference. Taste preference you're following is, I guess I'm following dinner, main, heart healthy, and holiday and event. I didn't, I don't know if that's from a prior experience.
That
Um,
that might be.
yeah.
Okay.
So that could probably explain why holiday and event stuff was showing up in main dishes. Oh, that's kind of cool. But edit taste didn't tell me, it's more clever than it is informative.
Would you mind elaborating on that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that button edit taste,
Yep.
um, I would probably prefer to say, um, you know, view your customized recipe poll, or that's really long, I know, but I would rather have it say
Have more clarity.
more clarity, and if it's personalized, then say your your taste preferences, your recipe taste preferences, click here.
Great. That's good to know. So just kind of a desire to have it be more clear that
Yeah,
this means you choose.
edit taste seems like I'm minimizing versus viewing what I've chosen.
That's great feedback. So now if you just want to explore this page a little bit and let me know what you think.
The edit taste, the taste preferences.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Mhm.
what's interesting. It said edit taste, but up at the top here now it says taste preferences. If it
Mhm.
said your taste preferences, that would have been a lot more appealing to me and understandable.
Good to know.
Now,
Thank you.
when I see that, I think it's cool. It's super cool. um, and then
What
it has recommended. Pardon me.
what about it do you think is cool?
What's cool about it is I now get it. I
Hmm.
get that I can, because usually the primary recipes that I'm making for is dinner. I love that I can just pull dinner recipes. I love that I can pull heart healthy. I love, and then they give me recommendations. I love quick and easy. I can't wait to click on that. I love the idea of, here down here, maybe Italian is in here. I see Mexican, I see Easter, I see seasonal and lots of different variations, smoothie, vegan, vegetarian, but I don't see Italian yet, other than world cuisine. Oh, there's Italian.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's there. And it is in alphabetical order. I didn't realize that at first. Can I click on Italian?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So now I'm clicked on it and the heart of following comes up, but I don't see it in my taste preferences right away. And that kind of bugs me again. It has this little bit of a distrust. Like I clicked on it. I wanted to immediately go into the taste you're following. And
Hmm.
it's, so I don't, maybe that's a refresh thing, but that kind of bugs me that it's not up there.
That sense of trust if it actually
Yeah,
Right.
the satisfaction that you asked me to do something in case I can follow. So I chose one, but it doesn't give me any validation that it really happened.
That's great to know. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um, so how would you now go see your updated profile?
That's a good question. Um, I would probably just click the back button. Oh,
Okay.
here down at the bottom it says take me to my feed. I love the play on the word feed, but it's way at the bottom.
Hmm.
That's really not good in my opinion. I should have more places to go back to my feed, just like if I was in a retail place, I want multiple places to go check out, you know?
Yep.
So that was not intuitive. I spent time looking at it. Um, so I guess I would have liked that button or choices more places than at the bottom there to take me back to my feed. And I really don't know if feed is really going to, I honestly don't know if feed is going to take me to my customized pool of data.
Hmm.
We'll see. So I clicked on it and now I have Thanksgiving sides, I pies and cheesecake, Cuban style roast beef. Yummy, it makes me hungry. So there's a few recipes at top, and then now I'm
We
going,
believe high-quality
whoa,
pet
I
nutrition starts
clearly
with
clicked on
understanding
that. I don't
nutrients,
like.
not just ingredients.
So sorry about that. I clicked on an ad,
No
and
worries.
so I now know that the ad
Have sound.
may have sound. There you go. Which, to be honest, now that I know they have sound, I'm really going to avoid them
Hmm.
versus just reading an ad that was given to me. I'll be really conscientious not to go near them. Okay. So now I see here, and I just clicked on Italian, but nothing's really showing me that there's Italian in here. And it's pretty hodgepodge. There's no order to it. Like, there's no order. I mean, now I'm just curious, like paging through a cookbook without a glossary or a structure.
Oh, that's great feedback. What about order helps you?
Well, now, okay, so I put heart healthy and Italian in there, but now I still have to spend time looking for them.
Hmm.
So I found one, which is porcini mushrooms. So it's like, that's not what I'm looking for. So it's still, they're telling me what I want versus me getting to tell it, which is why I would go to the search engine again. I mean, if I had all the time in the world and I hadn't gone shopping yet, that might be kind of fun. But it's still, there's no alphabetical order on this particular feed or poll. There's, I don't really feel like these are my recipes. These are just what they served me up. I don't feel like
Yeah,
these
that's
are
great
really,
feedback. Thank you.
no, but it bugs me actually because it's just random. You go from Danish snails to Parmesan baskets to lemon chicken. Cool stuff. But if I'm in a hurry, I'm gonna get frustrated. I'm gonna go to the search engine and put in, you know, pasta with healthy. I'm gonna put in, I don't know, an Italian roulette. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great feedback. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up task one there, and I'm just gonna ask you some follow-up questions about that task.
Sure,
Can you still hear me clearly?
I can. Thank you.
Great. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, how confident did you feel that you accomplished that task? 5 being super accomplished, 1 being not accomplished at all.
Describe the specific task and me customizing a food.
Right, with the heart healthy and the Italian. Yep,
If I didn't have you, I wouldn't have done it at all, to be honest.
that's good to know.
So yeah, um, I think ultimately, if I spent more time on this, I would have. But by default, I would not have customized, used that feature intentionally. I would have just gone and used it via search engine, the browser.
That's great to know. So just in the context of just this just this now experience, could you place on a scale how confident you
Oh,
felt
um,
attempting to accomplish that task?
two,
2?
two.
Great. Thanks for that feedback.
Mhm.
Was there anything that made this task particularly hard to accomplish?
It just, yes, too many visuals now. While the visuals were originally appealing and pulled me in, I was not able to see that I could take advantage of what they do. There's no instructions here that say, welcome new user, we're so glad you're here. You can do this first, personalize your homepage by, draw your finger across, you have a touch screen across these items. Click on the things you want and you will get a feed. I mean, no common language, no instructions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I answered your question, but
No, that's great. All of this feedback is great. Thank you.
yeah.
What is your understanding of the purpose of this feature? This feature being the personalizing your homepage.
That this is going to create loyalty of all the recipe websites. It would create loyalty to me because they serve me what I want, and I have a place to go with a deep reservoir of recipes for what I'm trying to achieve in my life, Italian healthy food. And I've built up this interactive, I see why they want me to do it. And I love that they have really cool, I mean, truly, I will come back to the recipes.
Mm-hmm.
And I see why they would want me to do this to create loyalty, repetitiveness. But
Mm-hmm.
I would have skipped that whole thing and it would not, at this point, without your guidance,
Mm-hmm.
I would not have seen that value add. And I would have just used it, like I said, as a search engine. I would
That's
have
great.
missed that.
Um, so could you see yourself potentially using a feature with this concept as far as
Yeah,
curating?
absolutely. But I'd rather have it curated like when I go on Zappos, and Zappos
Mm-hmm.
helps me filter. Filter's given me a much better idea of what to do. Filter the recipes you want. Filter is a much better word, much more common retailer interaction for me. And if they would have said filter, none of their words are the same. That bugs me. Edit, paste, and then I go in there and I have this thing about preferences. So
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather had them say filter your recipes based on your likes or your desires and all those categories. I would have gone, that totally would have been easy. Clicking boxes or clicking
Great.
follow. And I would
That's
have
great.
rather had it on the left panel than this scroll right and left kind of bugs me.
Say that again.
I would rather have it all on, like, if you ever go to Zappos, there's a left panel where all those filters show up. My size, the color shoe I might want, the style, the this, the that. And it's all on the left panel. When it divides the page like this and it personalizes your homepage and it reads, I'm going to just call it east to west, that's not normal for me. I don't like filtering that way,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. That's just my interaction with customizing pages is more that the choices on the left banner, reading vertically.
That's great to know. What is your perception of this as a more of a feed? Does that have a different connotation to you?
Yeah, I guess I don't use many things as a feed, to be honest. So it's probably my lack of interaction with these kind of benefits on sites like this. So
For
I guess,
instance, a Facebook feed or
yeah, when I do a Facebook feed, they're doing it probably more silently. Um, and I click on likes. I just like things. I guess the likes would have been better rather than follow. Um, So you've got follow, you've got edit page, you've got feed, you've got all this kind of same but different language to me that bugs me.
totally.
Filter would, for me, would have been better. Filter your recipes to customize your feed. Telling me that, again, I'm probably too old, but
No.
I love that it's got this great content, but I would have missed this feature and this story.
Great. That's super helpful. Thank you so much. So we're going to move on to task 2.
Okay.
So in this task, you see a recipe on your homepage that you would like to make later. Find a way to save it for later and go ahead.
Do I go into my personal page or from this main homepage?
Just any one of those recipes on your main homepage. Let's say you see it and you're like, wow, that looks good. I'm not going to make this today, but I want to be able to come back to this and save it for later.
Okay.
Can you talk me through how you would do that?
This Brussels sprout gratin looks great. So logically, I see it. It's appealing to me, so I want to click the heart. I click the heart, and it did that. That worked. It said save this recipe. Just a moment came up. Oh, that's nice. And then it says save to favorite, and favorite. I am now going to put it under side dishes. I like that. And I'm going to click all done. That's nice. That I like.
Awesome. Thanks. So how would you then, if you weren't, let's say now you've come back, it's the next day and you want to find this recipe?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm scrolling back to the top now, and I'm looking for a place where I should click on save recipe and or personalize your homepage. It's not that. Where do I get my recipes? I don't know. Let me look. I see subscribe to the magazine at the bottom. How do I get my recipes? I am looking, and scrolling back to the top again. The other recipes I want to do. I'm going to go there. I think I'll probably just go to edit. I don't know. Oh, okay. I clicked on the down arrow by my name. Favorite. There it is. Dude, they make that hard. That's ridiculous. That I don't like at all. That was super stupid, to be very honest. That
What
was
about stupid?
sorry. That was kind of
No,
making that.
that's
I
totally
mean,
fair.
I probably again would have put in the search engine something Brussels gratin and found it that way. But why would they bury that button? Oh, now I see the heart at the top. I wonder if I could have just clicked on the heart. Ah, so they have one little grayed out heart on the top that I could have clicked, or down arrow that I could have clicked, but that was not obvious to me at all. But now that it is, I know it, but it was not obvious at all to me, especially as a first-time user. I wonder if there's ever a possibility if you become a first-time user, and you make up and I sign up with a profile, that there's some form of a tutorial that would bring pop-ups that say, you save this, FYI, draw arrow up here, to find me again, to find my recipe again, here's where you need to go. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's great to know. Awesome. So you completed the task on a scale of 1 to 5. How confident did you feel while you're trying to accomplish this task that you knew that it was straightforward to you?
Probably a 3.
Awesome. Can you explain a little bit why you chose 3?
I chose 3 because right away it was easy to find the recipe because it's beautiful and it's got ingredients I love and I want to try to make it. Saving it was really satisfying. That was great. Retrieving it was not easy. I had to work to retrieve it.
That's great feedback. Thank you. Was there anything that made this task hard to accomplish?
Yeah, I didn't know where I could find it again. I mean, it felt hidden to me to get to it. I mean, now it feels obvious. I feel a little silly, but I guess I would have liked it to be more obvious again for the first time user. And then I don't know if this is even possible in what you do, but if that tutorial of sorts could go away after I accomplished being able to find it, that would have been really cool. I would have loved it.
That's great. Great feedback. Thank you. So what is your understanding of the purpose of this feature?
Oh my gosh, it makes me, the purpose of this feature is to make me want to come back, to give me inspiration to cook, to get me excited about cooking, get me excited about this site. I mean, it helps me satisfy my interests and needs around cooking and gives me a good repository for, it's a huge good resource that's customized me by me. I
That's
like
awesome. Great. Thank you.
it.
And so would you use this feature?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to move on to task 3.
Okay.
Um, so we'll go ahead and return to your home page.
Let me figure out how to do that.
Mhm.
I'm just going to go back.
There. Totally works.
Okay.
So bear with me on this one. While you're searching for recipes on the site or browsing through the recipes on your homepage, you find various recipes that you want to group together into a collection on your profile.
Okay.
Find 2 recipes that are similar in some categorization to you and find a way to group them for later.
Well, I guess how I do that, and I'll just use desserts because this one seems to be serving up a lot of desserts.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to do, actually, let me just keep looking. Oh, I will do, let's just do these 2 pastas. The peppered shrimp Alfredo. So I click on that one, save this recipe. And what happens is I can save it to a collection. So I'm going to call that a main.
Mhm.
I did that and I put all done.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to go to, I saw another pasta recipe. Well, maybe instead of pasta, what would I eat with that? I would probably eat with that. I'm looking for a salad. I don't see any salad on this page.
No need to worry too much about the actual recipes at this point, other than just the concept of
Okay.
the task. So it's okay if they
Then
don't typically fit together.
we put with that, yeah, I put with that, some of these recipes are really yucky. Hang on. I would put with that pasta, okay, let's just say I'm going to have biscotti for dessert, right? So I click on that. Now it's not working. There it is. I clicked on it. And the recipe was, I'm going to put it into snack. But now I see new collection. So I'm going to click on new collection. I'm going to put Italian dinner, period. And I'll click on plus. And then I've got Italian dinner. Oh, now you can add it to the collection. Now I feel like I don't know what I would do. Um,
Totally fine.
well, what I was hoping I would do, that I would like to speak. Should I tell you that?
Go ahead and just complete the task you're trying to accomplish. And I'd love to hear that from you in just after that. Yeah.
I now realize that I should have made the collection first and then put in the pasta, the biscotti. But instead, what I did was the biscotti, excuse me, I chose the recipes and then started to create a collection. And the only thing that went in it was the biscotti. So I don't know how to put 2 together, to be honest, right now.
Oh,
Um,
totally,
I'm
totally,
kind of,
totally fine.
well, and again, it's probably a feature I wouldn't have utilized because I don't know how. I would have just like dug through the recipe.
Totally okay. Okay. So just on a scale of 1 to 5, how confident did you feel that you accomplished that task?
Well, I don't think I accomplished one. I didn't zero. I didn't accomplish it.
And just a quick reminder that this is evaluating the usability of this site and in no way your ability to understand this site. So
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not offended. It's
just to reiterate it.
thank you. But it just makes me realize that it's probably a pretty cool feature. I mean, I like the idea that I could have I really think the idea is super smart, but again, it would have been a benefit that I would have missed because I don't get how to do it.
Totally, totally good feedback. So what made this task hard to accomplish for you?
That again, there's no instructions. There's no one saying, "Hey, want to plan a dinner party and put multiple recipes in one?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, here's how. Step 1, 2, not even 3 steps." And I'd be like, "Great, I'm gonna do that." Like right now, planning a Christmas dinner, I would be going boom, 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 or New Year's Eve party. I'd be like, oh my God, that honey roasted red potatoes would be great with a fish. And now I'm thinking multiple recipes for a specific event, and they've organized it for me, but I didn't know that that was possible.
Great. Okay, that's great to know. So
they underrepresent their user benefits, in my opinion.
that's great feedback. Thank you. So you touched on this a little bit, but just briefly, what's your understanding of the purpose of this feature, and would you use it?
Yes, I would use it had I known how to use it. And the purpose is to source good recipes for a complete meal in one space. So it's like a customized little cookbook for a particular event. I love that idea.
Great. Thanks so much. Okay, so just phase 2 of this task now. Now that you have added some things to your collection, how would you go find those things later so you could reference them when you're in the kitchen?
Well, using my past experience, I try to go to the top, I think. And now I can't even get to the top, and I don't know why. I don't even know where I am. I'm going to the bottom. So just going to the top. It's not letting me go to the top. I don't know why.
Is it frozen?
Might be. Can I refresh? Olivia? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
It says it looks like it's our internet connection.
I'm gonna refresh. I just refreshed and now I'm at the top again.
Okay, great.
So how would I go there? And when I'm going to this question, well, there's a bell that has a 1 by it. I don't know what that means. And I'm looking to see if I'm looking to see.
Hello.
Hi, I'm right here.
Hi.
I just did the down arrow, and I feed, profile, favorite, shopping with settings, sign out. So I don't see collection there. So I like the shopping list thing though. I'm curious about that. So then I turn over to dinner, spinner, all recipes, magazine, cooking school, ask the community. That's cool. The little bell with the number, follow in their food steps. That's cute and clever. Add some cooks. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't know how I would get to my questions, to be honest. I don't know. I guess I'd go back to my heart, my favorite recipes. And then, yeah, I'm there. And then in my heart, my favorite recipes. Oh, I see collections now. But it was so grayed out, it doesn't look like I could click on it. Oh my goodness. And now it's got biscotti in there and side.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Caught up.
Now I've got in that collection, biscotti's in there under Italian dinner, soup, snacks, side dishes, main dishes, bread, desserts, apps. So I don't know how those recipes got in there. If I put them, I know I put one in, so now I'm confused.
What's confusing about this?
I don't know. I chose two recipes to put in a collection, and now it looks like there's multiple recipes in here.
Yeah, and those other categories.
Yeah, it's a soup. Oh, I see. These are just categories in which oh, I get it. Thanks for helping me out. And I didn't get what that was. Ah, very good. So I could call this collection. So I don't know the definition of a collection. They do, I didn't. So the definition of a collection is like Italian dinner collection and now it has all these categories in which I could I like it now, but I didn't get its mastery, if you will, or its intent. I didn't get what it collect. Again, teach me first how to use the site and then make the teaching tools go away once I start doing it.
Totally.
Um, so now I get that I should look for a soup or a snack. Oh, this is pretty cool now that I get it, but I didn't get that before. So I still don't know how I would add to a collection. I don't know how to add to my collection. I mean, can I try to add something else?
We are gonna move on just for the sake of time.
Okay.
But it's great. That was super helpful feedback, and I'm happy
Okay.
to help. Okay, so we have two more tasks I want to work through with you. So I'm just going to read you the scenario. So you have heard that a chef by the name of Chef John on allrecipes.com posts recipes that you would like. Find a way to stay updated on any recipes Chef John might post in the future. How would you go about that?
Again, I probably would do the drop down arrow. And I saw, or somewhere I saw earlier, maybe over to the right, the menu bar, if you will. All Recipes Magazine, Cooking School, Newsletter, Ask the Community, Newsroom, Jobs. Not there. Chef John.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pause you real quick because I don't know if I set you up exactly successfully for this. So go ahead and just search for Chef John.
Okay.
Okay,
Now
so
I see
now,
Chef John. Oh, that's cool.
right. So now I'm just gonna set you up.
Ooh, something started playing.
Ads are going again.
Sorry, Liv.
No worries.
I'm trying to turn it off and it won't.
So just go ahead and hit that pause button should help you. Great. Okay.
I'm hitting the pause button, but it's not. There we go. Oh, that was annoying.
Okay.
Okay, Chef breakfast and brunch.
So go ahead. So now let's just say you've searched for some type of recipe and you're in this search feed. And you see that you wanna find a way to stay updated on Chef John's recipes. How would you do that?
How would I stay updated? See, every time I click 5, I didn't even touch this ad, and it just started.
That's frustrating.
So that is frustrating. How would I stay? How would I stay connected to Chef John? Oh boy. You see, this I really don't.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
And now I went. Well, I see that there's lots of recipes. Chef John. How do I start Chef John? I don't know this.
Really fine. So I'm just gonna give you a little guidance. So go ahead and click, see under each recipe where it says by Chef John.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and click on that part on any one of those recipes that say by Chef John.
I just, it's slow, but I did.
Great, thank you.
And now it says Chef John's breakfast and brunch recipes, inspiration and ideas.
Oh, actually, so just go ahead and go back really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see?
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It went
Yeah,
quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting it load. Has it loaded on your side?
I'm way, I think I clicked too many back. I
It's okay.
apologize.
It's okay. Well, we're gonna pick up from here. So just go ahead and scroll down to where you see those recipes towards the bottom.
Uh-huh. On the home page or the Chef John page?
We can make it work from the homepage.
Oh, I just put Chef John in the search. You don't want me to do that? Okay.
That's okay.
Scrolling down. It's loading kind of slowly, sorry.
It's okay. No worries.
I'm back on the Chef John
That's
page.
perfect. So do you see the little circle with the picture where it says by Chef John underneath the
Got it.
recipe?
Yeah. Click
Go
on
ahead.
that.
Go ahead and click on that part.
Okay. I did.
Great. Perfect. Okay. So
I got to follow him over to the right. Boy, they made that hard.
yeah, go ahead. So go ahead and just kind of explore this page and let me know your thoughts.
Um, it's cool. I see his bio. I love that bio over on the left. I like the categories that he has. I still have that heart thing, which is familiar to me now. Um, it's very Pinterest-esque. Yeah, very appealing. Very, very educational. I'm curious. Yeah,
Great. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how confident were you trying to accomplish that task?
0.
Okay. What made it hard to accomplish that task?
I didn't know that there were chefs I could follow, and
Mhm.
that I didn't know how to follow them.
Mhm.
I totally buried the benefits that was available to me. So I would have missed all this unless I just happened upon it.
That's great feedback. Thank you. So what is your understanding of the purpose of this feature?
Definitely deepens the added value. I can, if there's a particular, if I learn about him and try his recipes and I find it easy and really unique and tasteful, I'll continue to, again, it's going to create return usage for me and for them. It's going to give me someone who I am inspired and trust, and it's going to make me want to come back.
That's awesome. So could you see yourself using this feature?
Absolutely. I would, well, what I would do is if I found a recipe that I'd probably back into it, because if I found a recipe that I liked and then I saw it created by Chef John, if I knew that was a hyperlink, because it doesn't look like a hyperlink to me,
Mm-hmm.
then I would click on it and then I would see this whole treasure trove and I'd be like, ooh, I want to make that peach cobbler thing or whatever.
Great.
I like his recipe. So it would create, kind of a fan base for me. I'd like that.
That's great feedback. Thank you.
Oh,
So we're gonna move on to the final task, and then I have just a couple questions for you to wrap up.
all right.
So you can go ahead and stay on this page. So Chef John has already created a collection of recipes called Christmas is Coming that you are interested in.
Yeah,
Find a way to save this collection so you can find it later.
I just am going to click on that heart. Christmas is coming has been added to my favorites. That was nice.
Great.
And
What was nice about that?
It had the heart thing, which I'm familiar with, and which is big and easy to click, and I know it's a click. When I clicked on it, it told me it was added to my favorites, and it's already nice little package. I get the idea of collection now because there's 4 images in one little. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was easy
Awesome.
about it.
That's on a scale of 1 to 5, how easy was it to accomplish that task?
That one, I give myself a 4.
And why 4?
Because I did it the moment you asked me for it, and I saw the collection name. I now get the concept of collection now. It has 16 recipes in it. I'm actually very curious to go look at it. Like that.
That's awesome. Thank you. And then what's your understanding of the, or actually, before we jump into this, so if you were going to go now try to find, let's say you're coming back to the site and you're not necessarily on Chef John's page, you know that you favorited it, where would you go to find that collection now? And if you wanted to reference it.
I would go into my favorites, which I now know is that heart at the top.
Okay.
Going into my favorites, I would scroll through, where is it? I would go into collections, which is really hard to read. That grayed out font is too grayed out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could scroll through that or find a saved recipe I could do, probably put in Chef John. But as I look here, I don't see it. I don't see the Christmas collection here.
Sounded like you. I actually, I think you may have unfavorited it before because you clicked on that button again.
I see. That makes.
That is where you would find it. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, how easy was it to, or how confident did you feel while trying to find a collection that you had saved?
At this part, after interacting with it for a while, probably 3.5, 4.
Okay. And then what's your understanding of the purpose of this feature?
It's again, for me, it's a, a, a value of a chef that I am starting to have some attraction to, if you will, or confidence in my ability to do their recipes well, and I like their recipes. So it's a lot of value to me, and it's organized to bring me more recipes like that. And then, oh, by the way, they organize them for themes, so it minimizes my search once I've found
Yeah,
something that I wanted to value. So it gets me into the action of cooking faster.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now going to move on to, we've completed the tasks. Just quickly, while we're still on this page, I would love it if you could, or actually, excuse me, I'm going to send you a link really quickly in the chat.
Okay.
Do you see that link?
I don't see the chat here. When I'm
You
on
click on
share.
Zoom. Yeah,
Oh,
you can.
I see. I still don't see it, sweetheart.
So click on your left-hand bar. There's a Zoom icon on the bottom, towards the bottom, right there. Yeah, and go ahead and click on that.
Oh, that might be my personal Zoom one. Yeah, that's my.
Just kidding.
That's
Okay.
okay.
So you don't see the chat?
I'm going to look again at all my screens that are open. I have the Zoom join a meeting, which is not what we want to do because we're in one. I can go down to meeting controls.
Yep, go ahead and click on that. That's it.
Um, and can you fix it? Okay. And I have invite, record, disable, show names, computer round, sound, optimize.
So
I don't
you can go
see
ahead and stop
chat.
sharing.
I think we
It's
have to
easier.
get upstairs to see chat. Oh,
Yeah,
there's chat at the top. Got it.
okay,
Sorry.
great. Do you see that link? Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so briefly,
Mhm.
give me a minute. So thanks for all your input with those tasks. And then just to, in order to understand your overall impression of all recipes, I'd love if you could fill out this questionnaire quickly, and it would be helpful if you could talk me through while you're choosing your answers just briefly.
Sure. The first question is, I feel confident, so thanks for completing blah, blah, blah. Please evaluate your agreement on the following statements about allrecipes.com. I feel confident in my ability to understand where I am with this website. Um, I neither agree or disagree, and why I say that is that the more time I spent with it, I felt more confident. It didn't completely make me alienate me, but again,
Mhm,
I would have missed some of the value,
mhm,
and when that value was what would make me more loyal to it. I feel confident in my ability to locate content on the site. But with your guidance, I would say I agree, but actually, I don't know. Do I feel confident in my ability to locate the data? Um, hmm? Your, your thought, what? I'm sorry, I can't.
Let's imagine that if it was without Mike.
Without your guidance, no, then I disagree.
Hello.
I would disagree then. I feel that this
Great.
content is organized in a way that makes sense. I disagree. It was easy for me to understand the main functions of the website. I totally disagree. And do you want me to elaborate more?
Go ahead and elaborate on that last one if you are willing.
It was easy for me to understand the main functions of the website. So the main functions that I saw was heart website, heart your favorites, and they'll go to one reservoir or one place. So if that's their main function, yeah, I guess I get that. Well, then why would they build all those other functions if that's the only one they use? Just do that. So main function, cool recipes that I can put in one bookmark, great. But thank you. I'm almost done. So, so that's that. That's why.
Okay. Thank you. And then go ahead and just continue carry on with the questions.
Overall, I am satisfied with the support information, online help, messaging documented when completing tasks. Definitely not. They didn't help me along at all. I mean, they had messaging once I got there, but they didn't guide me at all. I understand the difference between saving recipes and creating collections. Not really. I mean, I kind of get it, but not really. Um, I understand the value of personalizing my homepage. Well, I understand it. I just didn't get how to do it. So I'm going to put agree, disagree.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and submit that. We are almost up here. Thank you so much for completing that. I'm just going to ask you a couple just qualitative questions and then we're good to go.
Okay.
So just in summary, you've touched on a lot of this already. Um, a lot of really great feedback, but overall, what is your impression of the All Recipes website?
Um, my impression of the All Recipes website is that it's, I want to think of the right way to say this, that it is content rich and valuable,
Mm-hmm.
but messy and unclear.
That's super helpful feedback. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, and do you find any of the features on all recipes valuable?
Very much so.
Hmm. Any, which one would you say is the most valuable, or one that brings you a lot of value? Maybe not the most.
Well, definitely the choice of my favorites, which is kind of a given. But I
Hmm.
really like the chef thing and the collections thing. I do like that.
Hmm.
But I don't think I would have ever seen that, or that is what would make that is what would distinguish it from another one, another recipe site for me. And maybe not, maybe those other recipe sites have that, but it would I look at online recipes a lot. I have never gone in and signed up and made one mine. Never. And now seeing this makes me want to see, it shows me the value of doing that and signing in, making one mine, because
Hmm.
I could create a relationship, if you will, to a chef. I could create these collections and kind of expand, instead of doing a one recipe hit, I could do a collection of recipes. And that's really appealing to me.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, is personalization on a website like this important to you?
Um, yeah, in particular, yeah, because it minimizes the amount I have to sift through.
Hmm. That's great. Thank you. Um, as so these are kind of just backing up a little bit. As a chef, what is most useful to you when you are selecting a recipe, just in general?
Directions, really clear directions,
Okay.
and
And then
instructions.
awesome, thank you. So even when you're choosing which recipe to make, when you're in that searching for recipes phase, that's still the most important thing. Or is there anything else that you use to help you narrow down
So
what
for
recipe?
the kind of chef that I am, that's really what's important. I like the videos, especially if there's a technique I need to know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the instructions on how to. That's really what a recipe is here's the ingredients and here's how to make it. So I would want the website to be that way too. Here's the website and here's how to use it. Give me the recipe on how to use all recipes, and they don't.
That's awesome. Thank you for that feedback. So if you could quickly talk me through outside of this website, how do you typically find recipes?
Just Google search or ask Siri,
Okay.
or like
Okay.
I have, you know, I have dried cherries and turkey and and let's say fresh pasta. What recipe?
Mm-hmm.
I put in ingredients and then I get a recipe and then I click, and usually what I click on is if something has a star rating or just is appealing based on the name. And then I just kind of click, and whatever one gets me first, I go to the store and get the stuff.
Awesome. Thank you. And then just last question. Do you have any other feedback after walking through these tasks? Just general thoughts on all recipes and the types of tasks that we walk through today.
Yeah, I guess my general thought is even though it has really great pictures of really great recipes, and that's super cool. They definitely have that. But the if you're gonna go to the extent to do all these added features, you know, that make it sticky for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, give me the bridge, because there was no bridge. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's
No,
my
yeah, that's great. Just actually now here's the final question. Would you use a tool like All Recipes?
absolutely.
That's awesome. And you touched a lot on your reasoning before, but just any final thought on that?
Um, it's well, first of all, it's digital. It's accessible everywhere. I don't have to be at home in my kitchen and find a recipe. So it's accessibility, it's familiarity, and it's mine.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much for your participation today. Your feedback's super helpful. We will be sure to anonymize any of your responses, and we really appreciate your help today.
Oh,
Thank you.
fine. You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course, we appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.